Here we go. We are live finally. Hello everyone. What's up, social media? Today, welcome to our another talk. Today we're gonna have our guest and our host as usual. Our spending time sometimes on the different topics with us. So today we're gonna discuss about the burnout. And today I have the guest Abby, who is actually had a lot of talks about the specific topics about the personal development. So happy to see you, all of you here, guys who are joining in the Instagram. You can just swipe up to the LinkedIn and the Facebook. We are doing the live session there, so you will see the presentation that I have prepared, like a small presentation with a little bit details of the burnout. This is not the rocket science. All of us now the what is the burnout. All of us now the specific topics that we are discussing in this channel. But what we are doing here, we are taking a practical examples, okay? Sharing with you some practical examples, sharing the practical examples from the guests. I'm hopefully going to get some more guests to our channel so we can just discuss and get some kind of viewpoints from different perspectives, from different backgrounds, different lives. So it's going to help us to understand broader. So basically today we're going to discuss, guys, about the burnout, and I am privileged to have Abigail Dolley in our session today. Hello, Abby. I will not be very much. I will be more public talking. Okay. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Jay. Jay, good.
All good. So ready to go for the burnout?
Very, totally burned out.
Yeah. I will just give you an understanding why Abby is in this call specifically, because she is like professional mentor as well as a coach. You can just join her Instagram channel. She's doing a lot of workshops about this personal development, specifically with the ladies and the parents. At the same time, she's busy with the child psychology. So today I'm very much privileged to talk with her. So get some kind of different perspective from someone who is a little bit out of from the corporate world, but have been in with the corporate world. Okay, as you can see from the presentation, we have a nice guy who is actually burned out. I guess he's already done with the phone in his hand and as well as the keyboard in front of him. So we're gonna discuss today about burnout. So first thing first. We need to understand what is the burnout in general. So the burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and the mental exhaustion caused by excessive. Keywords here is excessive and prolonged stress. So whether in your corporate world, whether in different kind of situations, if you get excessive, you will get some kind of, let's say, stress on your life. We are the human being, we are social creatures. I always say these words. We are created to have the stress. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't be having any kind of stress. We should have some kind of stress, but excessive amount or prolonged version of the stress can cause a burnout, as you can see from the small animations here as well. And a lot of democratic statistics. I will not get bored you with these numbers, but it's really very much astonishing to understand. But actually, there are a lot of people actually having this burnout effects, specifically the last column, like let's say generation millennials 59%, generation Z 58%, and the generation X 54%. They share the similar burnout rates. It is a massive amount. Even the baby boomers who are actually gone through the World War II, all these economic downturns that they had like in 19th, 18th, 17th years, they have the burnout rates, and this is actually a big number. So even the second 2/3 of the, let's say, people of the corporate world, they are having the burnout happening to them. Okay, so when it occurs when you feel overwhelmed, emotionally drained, or unable to meet constant demands. You are setting a constant demands, and you are coming with usual goals every day, coming with new demands. It starts with a passion, but you are burning your resources at the end of the day. I come to the question to you, Abby. So staying here, so did you have any kind of, in your personal example, or from your patients, or specifically from your coaching sessions, or maybe from your own life, did you have emotional drain, or the people who are constantly putting more demands on themselves?
Yes, of course. Especially as a business owner, like especially the kind of business that we have here in Qatar, where we're not just selling actually a jewelry or beads. We're actually selling emotions, and with that, whenever a client or a customer would actually ask us about what specific stone, they will not ask you this. They will tell you first their life story, and we're grateful that we're just telling us their life story and what's their
Yeah.
purpose. But at some point, when you get to hear all the issues of the world, you can feel overwhelmed too. And we do have certain clients that are like, their demands are like so high, and it's gonna burn you out in that sense. And also on top of that, I do have a lot of coaching clients, and some of the clients, and they don't understand that we have a limited time, right? Because I do
Yeah.
have other clients to consider. But
Yeah.
what they want is, they want to have every day, you need to interact with them. They want text messages. They want you to be responding to them at like late hours. And at
Hmm.
some point I said, oh my god, I can't do coach. I mean, I'm exhausted. And when you're
Yeah.
exhausted and you're a coach, you cannot give out proper advices, or not advices,
Yeah.
you can't give out a proper analysis as to what's happening. And the same as a business owner, a lot of times when you're a business owner, it comes out with creativity. So you can't make anything that is out of the box because you're also
Yeah.
exhausted, right? So it's
Agree.
very interesting. And especially when you were showing the the presentation about how millennials, I
Yeah.
actually just had a discussion with one of my clients 3 days ago, where we were talking about the world right now. As a parent, because aside from being a business owner, I'm also a mom,
Yeah.
I'm also a wife, I'm also an individual, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at it, millennials, our generation, including the the younger millennials, the
Mhm.
demand is so strong because social media is there.
Yes. That's the
Aside
point.
from your 9 to 5 job or the things that you do in terms of for you to earn money, there's also
Mhm.
the demands of how you should behave. Not
Yeah.
because it's not because it's part of the culture, but it's not culture, it's more of because people expect you to behave in that manner because you are represented in social media in that manner,
Yeah, I think
and that's why.
it brings to the topic of the FOMO that I have already had this article about this one, specifically fear of missing out. So missing out
Yes,
anything. So this kind creates a
yes,
syndrome in the social media, and people constantly feel that they need to post. There is a need or there is a
yes,
demand to post. So that creates a
yes.
like a chain reaction for the people or individuals
Hmm.
or any kind of people in the circle constantly post something. If they are missing, they are getting the excessive stress, excessive emotional
Yes,
damage on themselves.
yes.
Yeah,
And as
that's very
for me, in terms of burning out, as a business owner, I have to do marketing, I have to do finance, I have
yeah,
to do like execution of the product.
yeah,
So it's like you're one person fits all kind of category. So the
yeah.
burning out, it's yeah, I can say I've actually, to be honest, I think it's been a month or two now that
Mhm.
I've been trying my best to go back to my routine of going to the gym, because it's one way for you to like
Mhm.
let go of your stress. And that's really helping me a lot. And that's for me
Yeah,
what one of the things I've advised to my clients is always find a balance. Even if it's
yeah,
just 5 minutes of your day where you do something for yourself, it could be
yeah.
meditation or anything, it will definitely help you, because burning out is all about emotions, are all from the brain, right?
Yes.
The
The
heart is
one
just a representative.
Yeah, the one point here is specifically that because your business is specifically is dealing with mentorship and coaching, you
Yes,
should be excessively very much careful about not going to the burnout yourself. You get my
yes,
point? Because we are
yes,
talking to the
yes,
people, you need to take care of yourself, your mental health, blah, 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 blah. And you are taking an excessive amount of, let's say, people
yes.
to your coaching session.
Energy.
You also, you're drained emotionally. You got my
Yeah.
point? After certain
Hmm.
time, after 1 month, you cannot do that coaching session properly, and actually you don't feel that you are also drained in this let's say in the
Yeah.
stream of this burnout topic. So it's
And
very much
actually,
careful.
Jay,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just want to add it. Like for me,
Yeah.
whenever a client asks me, how do you handle your schedule? I'll be very honest. I do make sure that I work out. I
Yeah,
meditate, even if
that's
it's
my
just 7 minutes. I do
Yes.
meditate, even if it's in the comfort of me sitting only and not doing the whole positioning. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
as long as you meditate. And most of all, for me, actually, it's you have to find ways. And what I did to balance out the demand that I was going through,
Yeah.
I said, what is the most toxic of all the things I do? It's social media. So I
Yes.
distress social media and I stopped posting about it.
Mhm.
I stopped.
Mhm.
I was not active on social media on my own personal account because I
Yeah.
want to avoid burning out. Because it's all
Yeah.
about emotions, right? It's all about
Yeah.
energy.
Yes, this is all about energy. This is a very good point that you mentioned, because sometimes we think that we have a time, we have different resources, but we forget about emotional energy. Okay, it's not physical energy, but also emotional energy. Because every
Yes.
time as you charge your phone, it has 100%. Okay, after some time
Mm.
it decreases. It's not physical, but at the same time we have an emotional charger as well. We need to charge that one with meditation or with prayer or with talking to your family, talking to your relatives, with
Mm.
friends, talking with them, going to the social circle. All kind of this kind of talks can increase your emotional, let's say, charge for the day. Actually, very very
I
good
have a
point. Yeah.
sorry, I just want to add, like, I have a client right now. One of the things that she has to do, I said, I want you to go back to a play to a feel to that emotion where you feel, because she's burned out, she's
Yeah.
close to depression, and I don't want. I mean, she's not going to clinical depression, but close to depression. Kind of her
Mhm.
symptoms are there, and one of the things I mentioned to her is, I want you to look back and find that emotion where you can say you were so zen, like you were
Yeah.
content and all that. You know what she did? Within 24 hours, she booked a flight to the place that made her happy. And she just messaged me like an
Nice.
hour ago saying, you were right. I should have gone back to this. I should, and I'm here and I'm so happy. And,
See, see.
so it's part of acknowledging also, like,
Yeah.
what
Agree.
makes you happy also to help you overcome the burning out.
Yeah, finding out where is it. Stages. I put the stages
Yes.
here and signs like excessive drive or ambition. And once you go through this one, specifically excessive drive and ambition, it's like constantly putting high ambitions. Okay, constantly putting high
Mm-hmm.
demand on yourself. Okay, let's say, okay, I will be like a general manager, or I'm gonna be like a director of something. Okay, you constantly pushing your limits, working hard,
Mm-hmm.
excessive working out. Let's say working like not more than the 40 hours a week, or 12 hours a day, let's say, and it is putting a lot of pressure on yourself, pushing yourself to work harder. It's coming with the time, because after certain time your energy goes down if you are not refilling, if you are
Yes.
not taking the rest out of the topic. When you talk about the rest, people think that, okay, let's take a break and 15 minutes and then I can work again. No, that's not the break. That's a break in between, like 4 hours, 5 hours of that you're working. But after 10 hours or 9 hours, you will not be able to do anything. So you need to really take a break from the whole environment that you are working out. If you are working from home, leave to another room, go to somewhere, talk to your friends, go
Yes.
to the coffee shop, go to the gym, or kind of things. Neglecting personal care and the needs. For example, this guy, look at this.
Self love,
He forgot
self
about
care.
everything. Yeah, he forgot about everything. Neglecting personal care. He's not even looking to his. For example, he's not trimming well. He lost himself. Okay. Then it comes to the displacement of conflict. You start to argue with the people because you are so very stressed and your cortisol level is very high, and you are not getting the hormones that the ones that makes you happy very well, and you are not getting very good sleep, and this all increases your cortisol level. No time for non-work related needs. For example, taking a dog out. Maybe dog is already
Yes.
3 days inside, and it's smelling out inside. Yeah, so maybe that might help to start over checking with your dog, talking, not talking, and just socializing with dog at home. Even that can help you as well. Denial, withdrawal from the topics, for example, behavioral changes. You have a double personality. Look here, the guy comes to the work different and leaves to work differently, so he has a double personality. You develop double personality in a way. Then it comes to depersonalization. So it comes like you have like a different personality in different environment. You start to act differently. You are trying to put yourself in someone's shoes, let's say, in different way
Mm,
to fit to the
mm,
environment. Inner emptiness. This is inner emptiness is one also. You feel like you are not motivated at all. Then comes to the depression, and you mentioned it goes to the exhaustion and the collapse at the end of the day, which is actually the signs and stages that you are going through. So if you understand those stuff, and if you find and if you do your analysis on daily basis on yourself, guys, if you understand that one of these signs is happening to you, it's better to start to prevent or to manage the current situation, which we're going to discuss in a minute with Abby, and trying to write down the things and try to understand what's going wrong with you. Okay. And okay, this is my lovely thing. So what is the solution? What do you think from any kind of solution from your side that you can tell me?
I like that guy.
Yeah, this guy is
It's
my
like,
good guy. This guy, I always
yeah.
think someone is bored in the meeting. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
like it.
yeah,
Solution. I just want to go back, Jay, what you said about the different generation,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because it was so interesting, right? Why the baby boomers they are getting burned out, but the percentage is lower than the ones that are of our
yes,
generation. You
yes,
know,
yeah,
and considering that a lot of these baby boomers, as much as we say they are one of the reasons that they're causing the trauma of the generation of today,
yeah.
but still the percentage of burned out baby boomers is less, because they actually, and this goes back to the solution, they
Mhm,
actually, even if they were working so hard and long hours,
mhm.
they actually just still go for a walk. They don't have to always take their cars. They don't have, everything was still manual on their during their time. You
Yeah,
know, they have the air was still fresher, everything was still better in terms of what is available in the environment. Like
agree,
they can still go
agree.
for a walk, they can go for biking. Right now, if you look at our kids in 20 years, they'll also be burned out because they're just stuck at home, they're watching TV, they easily
Yes.
get bored, patience is not there anymore. So burnout in this kind of generation is higher. So for me, a solution would always be do something that you love,
Hmm.
and not find time. 5 minutes is enough to
Hmm.
actually meditate. 5 minutes
Yeah.
to avoid that burning out. And another is when you're at work, there are certain parts of our job where we don't like, right?
Yes.
Like I hate budgeting in learning and development. I hate
This I
budgeting.
like actually to do.
So you create a longer time that you spend on areas that you enjoy. I like design, so I spend a lot of time on design.
Yeah.
But you still, I'm not saying that you should avoid the other aspects. You just don't need to spend more time there. You just focus on areas that makes you happy. You
I
dedicate a
think
longer time.
this is Abby, this is specific for the people, person to person, because something that
Yes.
you like maybe can be different for the someone totally. Maybe
Yes.
you don't like budgeting, for example. I like budgeting, or maybe you like
Yeah.
designing in the work, for example, doing
You hate
something five
design.
minutes. Yeah, maybe I hate designing, or do I do something? For example, in my previous place, I had like chessboard. Okay, anyone come to my office, I try to lure him and just to have a couple of minutes to him to
Mm,
play chess with him. So just get rid of the
mm,
things in our hand. While it's not about the playing the chess, it's all about socializing with the person that came to my
mm,
office for a question. But actually, I took him to another experience with him to get some kind of energy from him and to give him the, as well as the
mm.
positive energy. Once he
You
leaves
know,
the office, he also socialized with me. You got my point? That's kind of, let's
yeah.
say, solutions can be. Yes.
I mean, there was even a category of the countries that are always like, there's a huge percentage of burned out, I would say, people that lives in that country. One of it is
Yeah.
Japan, and they are so successful. And Japan
Yeah.
is considered, a lot of them, they are so burned out that they actually go suicidal because they went into depression already because they're
Yeah.
exhausted. But it doesn't mean they're unhappy. It's just that they're exhausted, they're tired, and they don't know, because it's all about the career there, right? It's all about they have to work because there's
Yes.
no
Hard
work life
work and
balance.
extra hours. Yes.
Yeah.
As well as I
Even
heard
the
about the
US.
same I heard about the same for the Switzerland as well. Even so, the one of the happiest country, highest suicidal rate there as well. So
Mm.
yeah,
And
it
the
is
US,
something.
when they moved from being an industrial country to a service related nation,
Uh huh.
their burned out percentage went up, and this was back in the 70s. And that's why if you look at it now, they have increased massively, But if you look at, they're trying to balance out by creating more engagement activities for their employees and looking at the hours that you work, because they've seen that there is a huge need of, I mean, they were getting a lot of depression, and people are going for suicidal and all that stuff. So yeah, for me, it's all about creating that balance and
finding that balance. I think that it depends from the person to person. Again, I think that you need to find out your own way of getting the things under control, not letting the things go. And while it is getting more and more on your term, like in terms of the burning out, you might get more, let's say, clinically stressed out. You got my point? So this will be even the more dangerous area that you're going to go. So it is not easy, and you might end up in the clinic. So it's better you always monitor and find out that balance. It's not about only the work, guys. You need to find out that balance with your home, with your work, with your family, with your enjoyment as well, time to time. Sometimes I find out that the people who are actually likes to do the personal development, they are excessively ambitious about the personal development. Sometimes they read more books. Okay, they just put a lot of pressure. Okay, I need to finish 30 pages today. I need to finish, and they are putting a lot of demand on their body and their mind and psychological. Or they are listening the podcast. Okay, they do the must. Okay, you can do this kind of, let's say, routines, but don't put excessive pressure on yourself. Whenever I talk to the guys, younger generation, where I'm mentoring time to time, I tell the guy always telling me, Jay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that one. At the same time, I'm going this English course, I'm going this additional skill learning course. I'm telling the person, man, yes, you have energy. You want to transform this energy in a good manner because you are on 20s and you want to explore the world. You want to find, you would like to be very much successful in the future, but you need to consume the energy at the same level that you are consuming your time. You don't overconsume your energy, because overconsumption is not good to the body. Even, for example, if I'm going to the gym, let's say, Abby, and if I'm just working out, I need to take a rest another day, because my glutamine level will go down, and glutamine actually the main, let's say, hormone that's actually helping to build up the muscles in a way. If it is finished in your gut system, you cannot go do it again, because if you do more and more, you are actually putting a lot of pressure on your gut system, on other organs, while you feel like you are good in terms of the shape. You need to know when you need to take a rest, why you need to take a rest. You need to understand all these dynamics. Yes, please, Ted.
Yes, like I agree with the exercise. I remembered in March when I had to do this 25 rides competition.
Yeah.
I did it, but I said, my husband was like, don't overdo it. You need to rest too. And another thing, Jay, in terms of solution, sleep. People don't understand how sleep can actually help you prevent being burned out.
Yes, agree.
7-8 hours is, for me, I always make sure I sleep 8 hours a day, regardless how busy my day is. I always count what time how long I've been sleeping, because that itself, your body needs to heal. And there's a lot of studies that's coming out that if you sleep before 11 o'clock, your body, because that's the time 11 is when the time your body starts repairing the muscle or the cells that have been used for the day. So if you do that, then
there are 4 stages. That's the sleep stages that starts from 11 o'clock. You are correct. There are a lot of things specifically about sleep. 4 stages. I agree with you. If you sleep at 11 o'clock, you have a chance to get the 4 level of sleep phases, which is actually giving you a lot of melatonin and all these things that you are taking a supplement that actually you can take naturally if you really go and really enjoy. You guys, if you are joining from the Instagram, just swipe up to the LinkedIn and Facebook. We are doing live there with Abby, who are a professional coach and mentor. We are talking about the burnout, and now we are talking about the solutions. I have a couple of slides, 5, let's say, tips to how to control the burnout and how to manage or prevent it. First thing first, turn to other people as well. Talk to the people. It's okay to ask for help. Okay, I put this emoji here as well. It's okay to ask for help. If you are draining, you need to understand that it is okay to ask for help. If I have a problem, if I feel like mentally stressed, it's okay to call. For example, I'm okay to call Abby and saying, Abby, today I'm not feeling good. This is what happened to me. Blah 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 blah. It's not.
Well, I've been calling you last week.
It's not a signs of weaknesses. This is how the friendship emerges. This is how the friendship relationship starts being bounded together very strongly. Okay, so if you have a nice circle, that's why you are putting a lot of energy on creating a nice social circle. Nice social circle is not only for the positive vibes; it's also negative vibes that you want to discuss and to get through the emotional stages. So, and I think that this is this should be on the first on top of the list. That's why I just put it here. It's okay to ask.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
because sometimes
be careful to whom. Yeah, but they should be careful who. Like, for example, for me, last week I was calling you a lot, right?
It's okay. And at the end of the day, if you understand, if you have friends, if you are asking, it is not a sign of weakness, guys. It's not that something going to happen to your ego. And don't be too much narcissistic in terms of the, maybe she will think that I'm weak, I'm a man. And this is the thing that with the sexes as well, for example. Okay, if it is male and female, male is not calling because he's not calling his friend or the girlfriend or anyone from female, okay, because it will show that he's weak. Okay, that's not, this is stereotypes that's there in the society injected with someone, but actually it is not correct, guys. If you have a problem, start to talk to the people around you. Okay, and another one is reframe the way you look at the work. Okay, in the work as well, in the work environment, try to understand how this work is beneficial. It's not all about achieving some kind of KPIs. It's not about achieving some kind of goal. It's also giving the benefits to the people. Okay, maybe you are working in the let's say for me, I am working in the revenue department. It doesn't mean that I need to talk about only forecasting, revenue, budgeting, blah blah blah, which Abby doesn't love. But whatever you can do, you can give a training. So you can spend some time, talk to the people, and give this kind of, for example, burnout training to your team members. It is not maybe part of the job, but it is part of the work-life balance. Okay, you talk and you give these benefits, and you need to understand that you are giving a benefit to the society, to the world to grow to the next level. So this reframe your way, your look to the work, will gonna help you to understand how to prevent or manage their burnout on the next step. Otherwise, you will just stuck in between or trapped in between the achieving the certain numbers every day, very close in the office. Door is open. We are always saying that there is an open door strategy. Door is open, but the guy didn't step out once a day. He didn't talk to his team or his team members or colleagues around. He's so stressed. He's working like numbers. Okay, man, nothing gonna happen. We are not shooting a rocket to the Mars again, or we are not doing anything, inventing the America game. So we need to be a little bit flexible and be very much confident. Yeah, I think that sometimes we forget about the being about confidence. You got my point. For example, we think like, okay, 5 minutes I'm late to the work, so whole world, everyone is looking to me, everyone is checking on me. So you need to be very much careful. Okay, why? Nothing gonna change with 5 minutes being late. Nobody will hurt your ego. Nobody will destroy your brand image. Nothing gonna hurt you. Or doing a mistake or asking a dumb question in the meeting. This is I didn't understand at all. If you are in the meeting, if there is a question that's eating your brain, ask that question. Why you are torturing yourself and waiting up until the meeting finishes and you go and you ask from someone who doesn't know. Also, sometimes you find out the people around you also, they don't know the answer to that question, but nobody wants to ask that question. You torture yourself. Okay. Do you have anything to note down here specifically about the reframing the way you look at the work, specifically how do you look for the weight of the work? Okay, I have another one. Reevaluate your priorities. Maybe another one, which is actually getting rid of the social media a little bit and being in the. Let me show you the presentation. It is coming. Reevaluate your priorities. Priorities is all about the family, friends around you. It's not about the social media, what you are putting there as a photo. That's not your priority. This might be, I'm not against the social media. I'm also the posting. I'm also posting the things, but I'm also trying to use the social media in correct way, not like scrolling syndrome. Okay, not going trapped in the scrolling
Yes.
syndrome. Yeah. What do you think about this, Abby? You have a lot of specific topics about the social media. I think that the detoxing from the social media, that can be the, let's say, the one of the tip to get rid of the, let's say, a little bit bad habits of the social media.
Yeah, like for example, what you said, stop this scrolling syndrome and reevaluating your priorities. Is social media really that important to you? And
Yeah.
it's also important to understand who are the accounts you are following. Is this account that is getting so toxic? Like, I'll give you an example, Jay, because like the girl
Yeah.
actually got upset with
Yeah.
me. She's a mom and she's part of this mom group that I'm in here in
Mm-hmm.
Qatar. And I've noticed that every time she posts, it's always so toxic, so negative. She always, it's great to have an opinion, but not every opinion should be in social media.
Yeah.
I feel like it's great. Talk to your friends. If you can't, don't post everything on social media because everyone has a different opinion. And
Yes.
every time she always posts something like that is so against what I believe in, and
Uh-huh.
I let it go. And at a few times, and recently, it's like all about it's so negative. So I
Yeah.
messaged her and I said, "Hey, is everything okay? I've noticed this is happening to you lately." And and
Mm.
she's like, "No, why? Because you don't like my opinion." Instead of engaging in that conversation, I unfollowed her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no
Otherwise,
time for it.
otherwise you go to that trap with or drain with her for the quite some
Yeah.
like 1 hour. You waste your 1 hour with consuming the energy that she has. Let's say in a
Yeah, and I
way.
don't need that. I don't need that at all. So I
Yeah.
evaluate what is more important for me. I
Yeah.
want accounts that I'm following that are good for my mental health,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because it's all about that. So no,
Yeah.
and also I schedule when I like for my own personal account,
Mhm.
except the business one, I
Mhm.
schedule when I look at it. I don't need to be there all the time.
Yes. Indeed.
I'm hardly there actually. I'm more
Yeah.
on the business account.
Yeah, lowering the screen timing, it helps a lot because it damages the whole your day and the energy on the day as well. Because you just prioritize, let's say, energy for that day to do some certain goal, and early in the morning this lady comes and puts
Mhm.
something, and you just read and spend another 1 hour discussing with her, and all your tasks, which is actually a high priority for you, is gone. So
I have a client, Jayon, that is suffering from the children is suffering from overuse of digital, of overuse of using the phone. I mean, they're suffering
yeah.
from epileptic. It's an epileptic disease because they are
Uh-huh.
using the phone way too much. Imagine
Wow.
there is a sickness that is like that already, all because they were just all the time, constantly on their phones or on TV, and they suffer. The kids suffered from that.
It's quite addiction. Like it's like same like
Mm-hmm.
narcotics or the what is the cigarettes are giving the same effect. Same effect. Alcohol is giving the same effect in a way if you are excessively consuming. Make exercise priority. I think that that's another topic for
Definitely.
us. Yes, that's I think that this is the thing that helped me to get rid of
Yes,
from
me
the
too.
panic attack. From the panic
Me
attack, I had
too.
like a panic attack after the death of my father in 2015. Wow, it took me like two years to roll around all the city, all the doctors, see all kind of doctors from different specialization, let's say, and I was not getting rid of this panic attack, and it was getting worse and worse every day. So I went to Switzerland for my MBA degree. I met the doctors over there as well. All of them is giving like medicine. All of them is giving the
Mm.
medicine just
Uh,
to intoxicate you and just you get rid of the thing. But I tried to find, and the one doctor told me that you need to find one thing that you can do and can make you distract from all the thoughts that you are having. Okay, so I try,
yeah.
and my friends were going to the sport, just to the gym. So in 2015, I started to go to the gym, and I find out that the energy that I'm spending there and after post workout energy and
Mm.
all these, let's say, the repair period of the gym is actually helping me to get rid of the panic attack. And believe me,
Yeah.
it finished after the 2 years right away, and I don't feel anything. It was like very excessive on me. I couldn't walk on the straight on my way in 2014, 15, and it was very high. So the priority is do the gym. And if you can do with your family, I just put it there, put this culture in place so the family can be involved as well to the gym. Sometimes I know that I need to spend the time with my girls, but at the same time I want to do the gym. So I try to come up with a nice package. Okay, let's put together and do one and spend time. So I am taking the kids with me, and they are busy there. They're transforming that gym area for anything that you might think, anything apart from the gym. So they're just playing with everything, and at the same time I am doing my gym and playing with the kids as well, with my wife as well. So sometimes it helps you to just to get rid of the most of the sicknesses, let's say, in a way. So spending some time, I have some small videos here. So fifth is that support your mood and energy levels with a healthy diet. Guys, healthy diet is the key. Yeah, don't just get rid of the junk foods. And I know that there are a lot of people who love still the burgers, who loves all these fries, but believe me, that's not the solution. If you start to understand the eating habits, the science behind of these eating habits, science behind the healthy diet, believe me, whole your life will be transformed. I had this doctor, well-known Dr. Berg, that I am following. He is talking a lot about the intermediate fasting. He's talking a lot about how to control the insulin resistance and get rid of these the bad habits, and try to have the healthy diets, about the keto and all kind of things. One started to develop all these things because it started at the same year. In 2015, I started to practice this more and to eat more healthy thing. And last 3-4 years, I'm very much concerned about what I'm eating. Whenever I go to the market, I check everything, I read everything more in detail scientifically. Before you were taking and you just taking for everything, all kind of snacks, whatever you are taking. Is it the same with you, Abby? I think like everyone went this cycle of learning what is the healthy habit, what to eat, what not to eat, specifically for the kids. It's very important.
Yes. For me, I make sure I have my I always try my best to have a healthy diet. Always, because what you put in your gut, and a lot of people don't understand, if you look after your gut, you're actually looking after your mental health, and that will actually help you avoid burning out. So for me, I always make sure I drink my I have kombucha or like something probiotic, because it's good for my gut. Whatever I eat, if it's always in moderation, and I always make sure I'm doing something that would help my gut to be in a good fit, because a lot of people, they don't understand about it, that they don't see that even your heart, these cardiovascular diseases, it's actually caused not because of your heart, but because of what you put in your body, of your gut. If you have an unhealthy gut, everything collapses.
I agree. There was a scientific research about that one, how it is related to a lot of mental disorders. Actually, if you have a issue or having what's a leaky gut, you gave me a very nice book about that. I read that one.
Did you enjoy that book?
It's if you fix this problem with your gut system, eating habits, believe me, your mood, a lot of things are gonna change. So first thing first, guys, try to apply the healthy diet, try to learn the new things, study. It's not about going to doctor and doctor knows everything, dietitian knows everything. It doesn't make sense to go always and get the advice from them. You can research yourself as well. They are also reading from the same sources, believe me. If you go and you just search, and you will find out exactly what the doctors are saying actually in the Google, and you can find out some trusted sources. Again, I am very much fan of this Dr. Berg, who is talking about these talks, how to eat, and it changed my mind about what you are eating actually.
Even drinking, this, I forgot the name of it. The soup, I forgot the name of the soup, the chicken soup.
Chicken soup, chicken
broth. The one that I gave you. The one that I gave you before.
Yes, that's amazing one.
It tastes horrible. But it's so good for the gut.
Yes, if you read the benefits, nothing comes as a horrible. To be honest, if you read something if you read, for example, benefits of this green thing, maybe it is not tasting very well because it's from the leaves. But if you learn what is the benefits, you sometimes you just don't think about the taste. You just it goes right
Yes,
away to your
yes,
gut system, and believe me, it helps a lot. I agree.
yes.
Perfect. So I think like at the end of the day, find your tranquility. This is the key. You need to find out where to rest, when to rest, with whom you need to rest. So find out the way, the place that you can escape, or just find out your tranquility in something. Okay, it's not about escaping for 21 days or 30 days in a year for a vacation. You need to find out really the way how to live like how to say healthy life, and the balanced
Mm,
life, or the, let's say, the smart life. Okay, and the slow life, I call this slow life. It's not about rush. Don't rush on the things. Don't rush about the achieving your goals. Yes, maybe it's your personal development. You have certain goals for a year, all these new year resolutions and blah 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 stuff, but don't put a lot of pressure on your body. You need to feed your body better. If you are feeding your stomach with the healthy things, you need to feed your body, mind, your moral beliefs as well, about your mental health, with the good things, in order to produce the good stuff at the end of the day. Otherwise, whatever you put inside as a trash will come out as a trash, guys. Okay. With
yes.
that being said, I think that that was a very nice talk with you, Abby. I really enjoyed. This is my duty again. You can scan, guys, this QR code to be connected with me within the social media accounts. I have accounts in the LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as the Facebook. I do have a separate page. We will be having more and more Abby in our sessions, and I have a lot of other interesting guests. I have very much interesting guests for next topic. I'm very much happy to these things going on, and hopefully we're gonna do the podcast as well. But please, guys, put your comments, share this video with your loved ones. Maybe they can benefit from that one more than you, maybe. So share that one, put likes, and share with your friends. And I will be with you for our next meetup in next Saturday, every Saturday at 5 p.m. Doha time. We are on the live streaming on different topics, the topics that you know, topics that I know, topics that Abby knows, but we are doing some refreshments, some collaboration on the things, topics with the discussing on the experiences and the practical way of doing the things. Thank you so much. Take care and have a nice day. Thank you so much, Abby, for the coming up, and I hope to see you on our next sessions as well.
Thanks, Jagun.
Thank you. Bye bye. We are ending the broadcast.
Bye
Bye.
bye.